Sound check. Check it, check. 1, 2.
This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
We get it, that's the past, but we need to focus more on having fun and being goofy, being ourselves.
It is the 9th of December, 2021. My name is Corey Winfield.
My name is Marty Winfield.
And this is 217 Recovery Podcast. Today was a big day for me. Sorta. I had a movement. Oh, no, that's just after surgery stuff. But no, today was great. I got to go to Gaylord, as the locals call it. I call it Gaylord, Michigan. A beautiful place. I love it. Good people here. But I was talking at a Families Against Narcotics forum, and there was a lot of people there, a lot of people that were or are on like drug court and that are going through it. You know, they're having hard times. And I almost brought you up, Marty, to say, hey, you could tell them how it doesn't work after drug court.
Oh,
but,
did you want my words of wisdom on that?
Well, I kind of thought, because I've never been on drug court myself, but I was sentenced to a year of probation to turn my act around. And like I said there during my talk, which we'll get to in a minute, jail didn't change me. Like, them sending me to jail wasn't like, hey, that's how we fix people, because that's not how I was fixed. I'd rather not go to jail. I mean, you can do it, but some people actually get used to jail. I've taken people to treatment before, and they were cool with it. You know, hey, man, just put me in jail. At least I know what to expect. And that's sad, you know, that they're institutionalized, I guess, to some point. That is better than being out in the real world and not knowing what to do and have to look for a job, where is a place like jail, they know how to move, they know how to work the system, they know what to do, what not to do. I mean, it's all about your surroundings and what you're used to. You know, put me and you in jail. I mean, I did all right, but it was like, I'd rather not be there. Mm-hmm. You know, but like I said, you know, and it's sad that some people, and young people too, you know, are going through the system, and a lot of it because of drugs. And okay, is somebody who uses medicine for whatever, you know, they're going through depression, you know, like, should they be thrown in jail first to teach them a lesson about their depression or whatever they're going through? Because I used alcohol as a way to hide my emotions and fears, and it just allowed me not to think. You know, I could get out of my head, I would say. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't using it to go out and have fun. It wasn't a good time, Charlie kind of thing. It was a way for me to escape, and it was my medicine. I can't remember who it was, but it was a rapper. It might have been Kid Rock, maybe. I don't know. But it was talking about, you know, my medicine, and that was my medicine, you know. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of look at jail like, if somebody gets caught with drugs or whatever, or underage drinking, or just drinking in general, and then they're thrown in jail, well, now they're criminals, you know. And I kind of did say that a little bit, I think, in the talk that we had tonight in Gaylord, was you know, if we keep treating people like criminals, that's how they're going to act. And they're going to be other criminals, and they're going to be a part of a criminal society. And I said to the room, if I treated them all like fifth graders or second graders, I can't remember, but first of all, they would be, what did I say? They would be pissed off, I guess. Mm-hmm. Or I can't remember what word I used when I was doing the talk, but it's pretty much like they would be not humiliated, but they would be pissed off if I started talking to them like, you know, second graders. But after a while, they'll realize that's how the system is, and that's how they're being treated, and they'll raise their hand when they need to go pee. You know, they'll adapt to it, and they'll learn. Even though they don't like it, they'll learn. And the next thing you know, they'll be acting like second graders. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just how you treat people and the category you place them in. So that was kind of my message. Now, on the actual talk, we thought we were going to live stream it on Facebook, but turned out we didn't. Hopefully this podcast even gets published on the 9th. We're not sure. Half of Gaylord is out of internet or something.
Yeah, they say there's a tower down right now, and so half of the city is out of all, like, anything connected to Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Where it's like the Stone Ages.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
do. And we decided because traffic, well, not really traffic, but there was a winter storm advisory warning that it's going to snow thing that Alexa told me for Traverse City tonight. And we figured, well, after we get done with the talk, we'll go out to dinner and we'll just take it easy. And so we got a hotel. Yeah, so that's where we're staying now, but no internet. So hopefully this gets published at some time. Obviously, it got published. Whoever's listening to it right now will be like, yeah, I get it, man. Move on to a topic, please. But it's 10:30 right now on the 9th, Thursday the 9th. So that's where we are. And we decided, well, we'll just record it and publish it as soon as we can. So sorry, Bonnie, if you got this late. I know she was really looking forward to the live stream. But appreciate the support and appreciate you wanting to see. And just unfortunately, we couldn't make that happen. Marty has something that she wants to say.
I was going to say my thoughts on something.
Oh, go ahead.
So I'm sitting in this room with all these people that are in drug court and obviously encouraged, quote unquote, probably to go to that forum for that evening. And for those of you who don't know what drug court is, I'm sure a lot of people do. It's an option that you choose in lieu of jail opposed to a punitive way of being locked up. Then you are on this structured setup that's created by the court system that's full of a ton of different elements of, I guess, recovery-based meetings and therapy and counseling and testing, et cetera, et cetera. And it's very, it's stressful. It's stressful and it's a lot of work. And you have to be organized and you have to be motivated and you have to be persistent in creating a lifestyle to be able to get everything done when it needs to be done. So a lot of people don't make it just for that reason only, just because it takes a lot of work. And the thing is, and Corey made a joke about it, about me not being successful in drug court.
No, you were.
Which was, I was successful in the program, and I did complete drug court. Mine at the time was a 2-year program. And if I were to go back and do it all over again, I would do the same thing. And even though I didn't stay sober after I was done with that program, I did learn a lot when I was going through it. And you know, I'm trying to think if all those people that were sitting there, if I had any kind of words of wisdom about the whole big picture is why they're there. They're sitting in that chair, yes, because they need to check a box on a piece of paper and turn it in to say they were there. But in the whole scheme of things, you have to realize that why you're there is because things weren't working out how you were doing them before. And that's why the law got involved, because you made mistakes that were harmful either to you or somebody else. That's why we have the law. And it's not a bad thing. I don't look at them as bad people. I was one of those people. And, you know, I don't know what think tank came up with how it all is structured and what have you. And I'm not saying anything against it at all. I'm just saying that set all that stuff aside and just look at your life and think about if you want to make a change or not. That's really what's important. And if you want now to be the time to have it be real and have it be forever, choose now, because you have all this opportunity to really open up your feelings and really dig deep into why it is that you turn to drugs and alcohol to make things whatever you felt like at a time or make it better or more tolerable or less painful. And so, yeah, you're there to check a box, and yeah, you're going to have to do all these things and go all these places to, whatever we want to call it, prove that you are, you know, rehabilitated. None of that shit's going to really even matter if you don't want to change. So that's my little
yeah, because you can, like
soapbox.
You said, check the boxes, do what you're supposed to do. We know how to play the game, you know, and this last time when I was on probation, I never thought, well, the day of probation, I'm getting off and I'm going to go to the bar. I didn't think that at all. And when I was on probation when I was younger, for marijuana, we smoked a joint out of driving out of the parking lot of the courthouse. My last day that I had to go. So, and then I used that plaque that they gave me as a rolling tray. That's how cool I was. But it was such a different mentality of me wanting to change my life, and being older, I think helped, because how much of this do I want to go through? Right. I feel like I've been through enough, and like I said earlier, it's not because it's fun. It's because my brain's conditioned, and changing that and believing that I can change this time, it was a whole different thing. And there's other people that have told me that they did drug court, and the day they got off paper, they were right at the liquor store. That was the first place they ran to. So maybe don't have that set in your mind, plan something else that day, something fun that you like to do with family members, maybe some friends, maybe some other people that are in drug court that day. Maybe you'll help them not go to the liquor store, and maybe that'll help you in the long run. Helping other people, it's something that, kind of saved my life, and giving people rides to and from treatment is something that is needed. It really is. And, having a recovery coach drive somebody to treatment, we answer a lot of questions for them, a lot of places I've been to, and a lot of basic questions I can answer. And some people have never been to treatment, and being driven by a family member, yeah, that's good. But I had a guy, he was telling me how he talked his dad out of like so many times, and his mom or whatever was driving him, and they convinced, well, I'm going to meet more drug dealers in there, and I'm going to get more phone numbers and blah, blah, blah. So they turned around every time. And that was his way of manipulating his family to believe like what he was saying, which, yeah, you're going to meet other people who may have dealt drugs, but I mean, it is what you make of it, when you go to treatment. But if you're not even wanting to go, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people don't want to go, but then they go and they realize, oh, this isn't that bad. It's learning about yourself and having that desire to change is what's really going to set you free. You can BS your way around it, tell everybody the right things, but if you're not doing the right things, it's just going to fall back on you, and it's still going to be your responsibility. It's your life. You're the only one that can pull yourself out of it, and it's not that bad. It takes some looking deep inside where you don't want to go, but a lot of that, it feels so much better when it's released, and you start doing things the right way instead of the addict thinking way. Life gets easier, more opportunities just fall in your lap. You're going to be surprised, and you're going to be shocked. God's great, and he does a lot of good things for people. But you got to do good things for yourself too.
Yeah.
So back to the talk though that we had tonight. I talked, I don't know what, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. How long did I talk?
Like 55 minutes.
Damn, it felt like no time at all.
You were looking at your watch.
Well, because I saw one guy. He apparently was done with my conversation that I was having with the group, and he was like looking back at the clock, and I was like, "Oh dang!" They told me at 7:25 they wanted me to wrap it up, and I looked down, and it was like 7:15. I was like, "What the hell happened to the time?" And I went over 7:25, but whatever. I give myself a 3 out of 10. I was all over the place. It was a hot mess up there.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, you were able to record it, but I don't know.
I just missed the first, like, hi, my name is, and then I think I got Winfield in there, and then the rest of it. So, fill in the blanks.
So we're looking for a cameraman or woman.
Hey, man, I never said that was my forte.
No, but because I had it set up, and you're like, no, I want to move it closer.
Because if I would have had it where it would have looked ridiculous. Because we had Homeboy's head in the way. He was sitting 2 things away.
I was trying to zoom in, and you were like, no, I want it closer. And I was like, okay. So I don't know. We'll see. I bet it hits the cutting room floor and stays there. I don't know. I'm just saying, because I move around a lot, too, so I don't know.
I know.
It probably didn't get me in much.
I got it. Don't worry.
We'll see. Maybe you'll see the 3-minute version of it. The highlights. I don't know. But, yeah, sorry we couldn't stream it, but God didn't want that to happen, so he took out the poll or whatever he took out.
We'll post it.
Yeah. Yeah, we will. Well, we'll post this podcast at least. I don't know about the talk. Like I said, 3 out of 10. It was. I was all over the place. I really was.
I don't think that you really knew exactly what you wanted to touch on, so it was like your story, which is fine.
Yeah, because I realized that they wanted me to talk longer than what I thought, so I was like, okay, I'm going to have to get into some of my story. And then I kind of thought, well, I'll get into 217 recovery stuff and how this got started, and I don't know, I kind of just half-assed it. Well, no, I didn't say half-assed. I mean, I don't know, especially when I looked down at my watch, I was like, oh, geez, I got to wrap this up. Like, I had spent way too much time on other things. But, I don't know, I kind of had to set it up because I would, kind of like this broadcast. I would go all over the board. I'd start at one place, and then I'd have to go back and rewind to explain why I got to that place, and then go back into a story that doesn't even relate to anything. And next thing you know, I'm talking about soccer. I don't know. Or time travel.
No time travel. You didn't.
I did too. I said you can't go back in time.
Oh, you did. It wasn't a tangent.
No, I thought about it, though. I was right on the edge. It's right on the edge going into some time travel. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just wishing and hoping that we can publish this podcast sooner than later. But thanks for listening. Did you have anything else?
No, it was a good night. I'm ready for bed.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for listening to 217recovery.com. Website for resources, more information. If you don't have the app, get the app in the App Store, the PlayStation Store, not the PlayStation Store, the Google Play Store. Maybe the PlayStation Store. I don't know. We're everywhere pretty much. But thanks again, and we'll talk to you on Saturday.
Good night, everybody.